Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Reporting live from the bedroom.
Yes.
On to you, VNA.
Oh,
I did my part.
you cut me off. Wait, was it? You messed it up.
I did my
You
job.
confused me. Wrong timing. That was not it. Welcome back to another video or episode. Sorry, not video. Unless you are watching this on YouTube and not just Spotify, but it's usually the YouTube vlog lines. Anyways, welcome back to another episode. Happy Friday. And happy belated Halloween. We are recording this on Halloween, but
yeah, happy Halloween. Hope all you kiddos got your candies and stuff. Hope you didn't get too many, because you don't want diabetes. You also don't want cavities. Cavities are bad. What happens with diabetes is your teeth pulled out like she did last year.
With diabetes?
Did I say diabetes?
Yeah.
Have I been saying that this whole time?
Well, you just said like you're gonna get diabetes and cavities, but I think you meant to say cavities.
Yeah, I meant to keep going with
said
cavities.
Diabetes.
Because last year she had to get some teeth pulled out due to some rotting, dying cavity teeth.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what happens when you eat too many sweets.
Well, hold on. The issue there was because I've had an issue with that specific tooth, and I never did anything to it.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying is still true.
Yeah.
Also, you do kind of have a sweet tooth, so that doesn't help.
Would you eat it? Would you?
You sure ate a lot of it.
Let me speak. No, yeah. It's also just like, and it's a big genetics thing. Like the whole side of my mom, like that whole side, we just all have issues with our teeth. Like even my siblings are in the same boat now. So, yeah. Unfortunately, a part of it is genetics, but the other part is also like once I noticed that there was clearly an issue, I never did anything for the next like 6 years of my life, which resulted in me getting a removal last year because I had to get cleared to friggin' come to Italy. That was the only reason why I had got so much work done last year. Wait, yes, last year. Yeah.
It was this time last year.
Yeah, it was because now I started getting like all these memories from pictures that he would take of me.
Yeah. Funny.
But yeah, unfortunately, but also fortunately, because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten it done. But I definitely needed a lot of work done that I just never touched because the last time I went to the dentist was when I got my braces removed, which was like middle of high school, like right before COVID. So yeah, that was the last time. And then I had to go last year because I had to get cleared to come to Italy. They have a dental clearance for this space. So I had to go, and unfortunately, the stuff that I did have was beyond the like there was like different levels on like there was a paper that we had to have the dentist people fill out of like different levels of like how bad, right?
Well, it was more like, I guess, levels. He said that everything looked good, but he said that this may cause an issue. And so he was actually being a good doctor, the guy that we went to. He was like, I cannot willingly pass you on to another doctor, let alone another country, knowing that this can be an issue. Mm-hmm. And with the level that her tooth or teeth were bad, with how bad they were, he was like, not just that this may be an issue, but this will be an issue. And I like that's just bad ethical decision to be a doctor and then like let that carry on. He's like, I want to sign this paper, don't get me wrong. I want to give you clearance.
But
yeah, he really could have, but he was being a good doctor. So kudos to that guy. They were actually that was a good little practice. They were prior service. I think he said he was I don't know if it was prior Air Force or prior Navy, something like that. He was prior service, and I think his wife was as well. So yeah, they're very familiar with the process. But yeah, he was just being a good dude.
Yeah. And it was needed. It definitely would have caused like probably bigger issues considering how bad it was. Um, to sum it up, I basically had a hole in my tooth for like years and I just left it because it wasn't hurting me. I was fine, but it was a
It
hole.
wasn't hurting because it was already like the tooth was dead. Like
Yeah,
that spot in her
there
mouth
was
was
nothing to
literally
repair.
dead. Like there was stuff there, just wasn't. It wasn't there. Like
Yeah.
physically, everything was disconnected and dead, which is not good.
Yeah. I don't know how that happened. I just remember one day I was like, just like moving my tongue around in my mouth and I'm like, there's a little hole back there. And I just didn't do anything because I was like, well, it's not hurting. I have a fear of the dentist. So I'm definitely not going to get that checked out because I knew exactly what was going to happen if I went and got checked, which is what had to happen in order for me to come. But thankfully, um, that was not the worst situation. So it's okay.
Yeah, it actually went best
It
case
went
scenario.
a lot smoother than I had a feeling it would have gone because, like I said, fear of dentists, doctors, needles is my issue here. Especially in the
That is
mouth.
so funny.
Especially
Oh
in the
my
mouth. That is not
goodness.
great. It's also just because so before I got my braces, I also got a lot of work done because they were like, well, you should probably just get all this done.
Oh boy, you should have seen her teeth before braces. Boy, was she packing it. It was like, what can I compare this to?
Shut up.
It was like a shark's mouth, just not as cool. You know,
I did
sharks like.
not have pointy teeth.
Well, that's why I said just not as cool because obviously your teeth weren't
I
sharp.
think
But like a
honestly,
shark's mouth is very like messed up and all over the place and spaced out.
I think the best picture here would be the duck from Chicken Little.
Yeah.
You
Except
know her
picture those
teeth?
those two front buck teeth that have like a giant gap. Just picture that with every tooth though.
It was literally only like the first front four,
Yeah.
really.
But it was just like so noticeable. It felt like every tooth
Yeah,
was
yeah,
like
yeah. Whatever. You still like me. So,
some reason.
mhm. Anyways, um yeah, before I went in to get my braces, I also had cavities before that, so I had to get a lot of work done then before getting them, along with my wisdom tooth getting taken out or wisdom teeth. But that is what created my fear of needles because the dentist that I went to, they were just terrible and not good experience anytime that I went in. Like the 10 times that I had to go in, passed out every single time. It hurt every single time. I felt everything. And that just like created this whole fear, which is why I just never stepped in a dentist office again after getting my braces removed. But thankfully, the office that we had found in Alaska, they were really great. Never had any pain. Um, by this point, I kind of like I know when my anxiety is gonna kick in, and I know how to like try to keep it on the calmer side, or just like not let it affect what's happening. So I had a better experience, and they were also like very helpful, and I didn't feel anything ever. I also just didn't look at anything ever either. And what also helped a little bit, but also really sucked, I had went in for this one appointment not knowing what they were gonna do, and it turns out
This
that they were
is
shoving a giant
it
needle
was
in my mouth.
so funny.
That was not funny.
Dude, it was so hilarious because she's there laying on the table. The doctor's like saying doctor stuff. Oh, teeth, words, and science. And then all of a sudden, he's like, just so casually, just whips out a freaking sword of a needle. And I'm sitting there in the chair. You know how there's usually that chair in front of like the patient. I'm sitting there. I see him whip out this sword, and my heart dropped into my butthole. I sat there. I'm like, oh, but he did it so casually that I try to like keep it on the low. I didn't say anything because if I had said something, she would have just like she would have
Well,
died
it's
immediately.
also like I said, I went into that appointment. I forget why.
Yeah, we
I
didn't
was
know.
thinking that this was just going to be another checkup to see the work
Yeah,
that I
me
needed
too.
to get done for the next appointment.
Yeah,
So they were essentially they were just doing like regular cavity things, but like I didn't know that was happening that appointment. I thought I was going to get scans done, and then the next time I went in, then that's when they would take care of the cavity. But no, we get there, and then we're talking whenever he's laying down. They do all this stuff, And then at some point, he's like, "You might feel a little pain or whatever." And I'm like, "What do you mean, pain?" Like, I'm thinking that I'm just getting some scans done or they're just looking at me. And then he's like, "Well, it's not the most comfortable thing." So I'm just sitting there. And then all of a sudden, I just feel like him tugging at my lip. And I know that tug is when they're like just trying to get that area to shove the needle in. Thankfully, I didn't look at the needle, but it also helped that I just didn't know that that was happening because I was walking into the appointment thinking I was just getting checked up on. So,
Yeah.
like, my anxiety just was not there. I was having a great day up until he made it known
I like
that I
my
was
version of the
getting work
story
done.
better.
Yeah, I'm
The
sure
one
you
where he
do.
whips out a sword. Because it was basically like that. Because he was
Yeah,
saying that
they're not
he was
nice
so casual.
needles.
He was just like, "Oh yeah, you might feel a little something," and then, freaking, oh, I thought because oh my gosh, if I had said something like, "Oh no," I
Yeah.
had to stay quiet because if I had said something to like talk to speak to the size of the needle, she probably would have started freaking out more than she already was. So yeah, I had to stay quiet, and then he was just like doing little injections or whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, she did good. She did good throughout the whole process. Like I said, this was honestly a best case scenario.
Yeah. Everything went really smoothly. And then, especially with like the main surgery that I had to get, which was essentially the same process and removal and recovery as you're getting your wisdom teeth taken out.
Yeah,
I had to get two teeth extracted, which were the ones that we were talking about earlier, the ones that were just like dead, that I needed to get removed in order to come here. Um, yeah, that one I was definitely crapping my pants for because I also just didn't have a good experience getting my wisdom tooth out. I nearly died, so just knowing that I was going under the same surgery again, and then also just like IVs and meat, that doesn't go well either. But everything was okay. I was able to keep myself under some kind of a calm headspace, even though I was shaking like constantly. But nurses knew my situation. They would just talk to me, and everything was great. So I would not mind going back to them. I think I'm only gonna ever go to the dentist over there with them. Yeah.
I was like,
So hopefully nothing's wrong with my mouth right now.
yeah, that'd be sad. Because not only do we have to deal with the dentist, if something were to happen now, man, I don't know what these Italian people are
Yeah,
like.
I don't trust it out here. So if anything, I'm flying to Alaska if something was
I don't
major.
think we can go back to Alaska because we. I should probably not say that.
Huh?
Never mind. Just yeah.
Yeah. Um anyways, that was a big tangent that just wasn't supposed to. I don't know where that came from.
The point is, don't
Oh,
eat too much candy, guys.
yes.
Look, honestly, it's a good thing that we just went off on that tangent because full transparency, guys, she did not come up with a plan. Like she didn't. We didn't write anything down. You guys know that I like to have notes to have things organized. We literally just started recording.
Yeah, because this is just how it goes. We always find ways to just kind of like trail off into a bunch of different stories, which normally takes up like a good portion of our podcast. And I like have an idea of what we need to talk about. It's just not anything worth like, all right, bullet point this, bullet point that. Like, no, we for the first like 30, 40 minutes to almost an hour sometimes, we just go off into random conversations, which is the whole point of this podcast. So,
Well, yeah, it's just that I like to have my thoughts organized because I
yeah.
don't because when we're talking, sometimes we can really just go from like one thing to another and then somehow
But
connect way back when.
that's what's fun.
Yeah, I guess. I just
That's also
sometimes
just
that bothers
us.
my brain.
Yeah, understandable. It's also hard because there's the whole thing with like podcasts. It's difficult because like a lot of the not conversations, a lot of the podcasts that I listen to, it's more of a situation where they're like talking within each other and the camera's just there, and then it's just like to be uploaded for fans to hear about it. I've never listened to a podcast where it's like people talking to the audience or like telling stories to the audience. It's always like conversations between people just being recorded.
Well, I guess we're unique.
And our situation is
Oh
trying to
well,
come up
no.
with stuff to talk to you guys about. I
The,
mean, we have
Ethan and
discussions.
Faith, they did it to the audience.
I mean, yeah, but that's also why like I
R.I.P.
actually try to use them as like a format. Like that's why we do the whole like questions little seminar thing and like we do our random talking or whatever. Um yeah, they're the only podcast that I've actually seen where they're talking to the audience and it's not so much just conversation and storytelling between each other. But I mean, it's there's only so much that we can discuss with each other on the podcast because we talk to each other all day every day. Unless we're like having a discussion about something, then that's different. But our podcast definitely is geared more to the audience
Ish.
and whatever you guys want to hear. But you guys don't engage with us, so it's also hard to figure out
Yeah.
what you want to hear from us.
I'm honestly, I don't even, I don't even like you, dude.
I don't even like you like that.
I don't even like you, because, man, over the past, we're coming up on 2 years now, bro. Like, I've been trying to talk to you guys for so long, and like, there's a few of you that'll talk, and we'll engage in some conversation, but like, I need some more, guys. Come on, man. Like, when are
Yeah.
we gonna be cool about this? This is supposed to be a family.
Mm-hmm.
When are we gonna talk and like make things happen? I need to see engagement. Y'all are really pissing me off. Because, hey, I'm just telling you guys, I don't need this. I don't need you.
Oh, shut up.
Well, that I've said it a lot. Like, hey, we don't do this YouTube stuff because we need this, or like we want to. Like, I don't know. I can cut this off right now. I can live my life perfectly fine without you. But the thing is, I want to engage with you. So please, be my friend. I need friends.
Uh-huh. Yeah, we don't make money off this, so we sit here and edit everything
We do
just
it for the love of the game.
yeah, and just to give you guys insight into our interesting lives.
Yeah. Also, to those future kiddos.
That too.
Yeah. At this point, my view on how we do this has changed a lot over the last almost 2 years now. Now I'm starting to gear more towards the
Our
kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey guys.
Yeah,
No, I've stopped thinking about like yeah, I want to engage with our current fans and stuff, and I don't know about fans, but I want to engage to our current
our
people.
subscribers.
Yeah. I want to engage with our current people now, of course, and I want to be able to make content to make you guys happy and whatnot. But like, I like my future kids better than I like you.
Mm-hmm.
I don't really know how to explain this. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, it's cool that we live in a world now where we can document things like this and our kids can just look back on it one day cuz one day we were going out somewhere and I forgot what the conversation was or what exactly they had said, but I had just mentioned how like it's cool that our kids can see what we were like when we were young. Like essentially still kind of
There's
kids.
probably gonna be some videos we're gonna have to take down. I'm just saying.
I mean, yeah.
Or at least keep them off until like they're old enough.
Yeah, but like
that's gonna be like 90% of videos because I cuss a lot. Although I don't know if you guys have noticed lately, but I feel like I've been on a good streak. Sometimes it slips out just because like I'm still trying to beat the addiction, beat the habit. But like, I'm doing good.
I mean, if we're showing our kids our videos, it would definitely be at an age where like I don't care what they see because I don't want us like I want us to be the cool parents, not like the weird, be like I'm cool mom, not like the cringy type. I just want to like be the kind of the kind of well yeah you're gonna be like the dad joke type.
Dad jokes, oh yeah.
I just mean like in the way that I want our family to be in that like comfortable space where like nothing's really kept out of the loop. Like everything's always like discussed and talked about and mature.
I mean, yeah, no.
Like I don't want to raise kids.
I want that too. I'm just saying. For the large majority of the last, I have had a very vulgar mouth. Like I've cussed for no reason at a lot of times.
That's just like, been you your whole existence.
Yeah, that's just been like my vocabulary is just throwing like bad words in the middle of two words that really don't need it. Like that's just how I've been, and I'm trying to change
Yeah. Um. But anyways, as I was saying, I just made a comment about how it'll be cool that we're making these videos and our kids can see like how we acted and like how we are with each other at such a young age. Like obviously, I still plan and like the goal in our relationship that what's it called? Or something that we've always like based our relationship off of is just like that best friend energy. Like I still want to keep that as like we get older. Like I just want to be those funny, cool parents that are like still acting young, but obviously in like our 40s and 50s.
it. Oh yeah, except for I kind of just revealed my like future plans to everybody at work today about how in like 60 years I don't plan to like you.
Oh, yeah, that's he's so he's been making it so clear recently that like I don't want to like you when we're old. Like
Well, because
I want to hate each other.
no, like obviously I'm going to love her until I die, right? That's the goal. But like you guys see those funny videos online where
Yeah, on
like
TikTok.
the old bitter couple is just like bickering at each other because they've been together for so long that now it's just like they love each other but they don't necessarily like each other. They're just like they come around the corner around the couch, they're like, oh, you're still alive? Gosh, like die
Yeah,
already.
I like watching, or like every now and then a video will come up of like the grandkids who have TikToks and like they're
Yeah.
posting their grandparents or whatever, and
Shut up. No, you shut up.
yeah,
I don't plan to like her.
they're always like, "Move your slow ass, like let's go."
Yeah.
Yeah, um, that's just kind of the vibe I want to keep our relationship. So we keep going off what I was trying to say. Let me finish my thought.
Sorry.
Gosh, I was just thinking in that moment of like how it would have been cool to see how our parents acted at like such a young age. So like the fact that we have videos out of us just like being stupid and they can see what our life was like before kids when we were essentially still kind of kids. I mean, we're pretty young still right now, but yeah, it'll
Mm,
just be cool. And that's kind of just where we've led with making our vlogs and stuff.
yeah. Yeah. I like you guys, but I'm looking more towards like the family aspect of it. Like I said, kind of gearing it more towards the future kids seeing it one day, and also just like for me to look back on because I'm gonna look back.
Yeah,
Hell, just the other
we do
day,
that now.
yeah, just the other day we were looking at videos from the first day that we got Sky. Oh, he was just a little nugget.
Yeah, when he was a little chungus
Yeah,
boy.
little chungus nugget.
No, look at his little head right here on my
And
laptop.
yeah, I've been staring at it this whole time. Um, yeah, no, sometimes there'll be moments like on the couch these days where he'll get all like jumpy and hyper, and then we'll be like, "When did you get like this? Like Sky, what is wrong with you?" But literally, like the first 5 minutes that we had him, he tried to rip my throat out.
Wait, oh, when you were laying in his playpen?
No, like when we brought him into the car when we picked him up,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
I was literally
yeah.
just sitting there talking to the camera, and then he tries to like bite my freaking Adam's apple off.
Yeah.
So like we complain now, but he was showing us signs from like birth.
Yeah. He's a puppy. That's all it is.
Yeah.
He's also Staffy, and Staffies just tend to be very hyper
Yeah.
and funny dogs.
Yeah, no. He definitely has not great moments, but for the most part, he just loves to play. So that's why when he starts being annoying, in his eyes, he's just trying to have fun. But like
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get over that hump of like this is annoying, Sky, you need to stop.
Yeah. And it's
Um
also just like trying to teach him that, like, hey, the way that you're trying to get our attention is not the way to do it.
oh yeah, sometimes we'll just yeah, he does some things the wrong way. But then it's also it's also annoying is that he knows his stuff. He knows the commands. But this little guy, he just loves selective hearing. Is what they call it. Oh boy, does he have a big case of that. He
Yeah,
know
very
because
much.
you whip out a treat, suddenly he knows stuff. And then in
Of
moments,
course.
even without treats, there will be moments where he's just like, yeah, I do this. I know my commands. But man, those other times where he's just like, yeah, I don't care. Like he's
Yeah.
on his own vibe. Like he really does not care what we're saying or what we're trying to do. That's the moments where I want to like beat him to a pulp. But he's so cute with his little puppy eyes and bald head and little floppy ears.
Yeah, he still has his puppy face.
Yeah.
He's not a grown bull. He's a bowler still. He's all of 37 point.
Oh
What
yeah,
is
he
it?
weighed in 37.8 pounds at the vet on Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
So yeah, he's still got some room to grow some muscle there. So
Yeah,
he's definitely gonna be a hefty boy, but he still has his baby features right now.
yeah. I think my estimation from before we got him and when we first got him, I think he'll definitely end up being around like the 45, give or take 2 or 3 pounds.
I don't see him going past 45. I think 45 is gonna be the most because like he barely grew from his last appointment, which was a month ago, and up until last month,
Well, a month
or no,
ago,
not a month ago. Sorry, it was 3 months ago that we had his last appointment, wasn't it?
3 months ago, one was 3 months ago.
I don't know, but I just remember he was barely 35 the last appointment, and up until that point, he was literally gaining a pound every week
That is true.
when we did the math.
Yeah,
And now
so
he barely gained over 2 pounds since our last appointment with him, and that was a while ago. So I
yeah,
think his growth is it's getting there because I mean he's over 6 months now. He's coming up on a year within the next few, and by then he should definitely already be at his
yeah.
max.
Well, I think he's filled out his height. I think by
Yeah,
now
I
he's
don't think he's
probably
getting
hit his
taller.
max like height and that. But I think he's definitely gonna fill out as far as like width. Like he's gonna because
Hmm.
some days we look at him and he's got some boulder shoulders. Like you guys ever seen LeBron James without a shirt, bro? Like them shoulders. He's when he gets full size, like when he hits a year and a half years old, or like when he's mature, bro. Like, he's already starting to get it.
Yeah, or when he like every now and then he'll when he like smells food, he'll jump up on like the counter to like sniff. Like you can see his like shoulders like
Yeah,
coming out to the side, like if
and his
he's
hind
freaking
legs.
lat spreading.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he has some pretty big shoulders for a puppy right now. But never mind that. Like if you look at his hind legs,
Oh yeah.
those are straight like 90-degree angles. It looks like an animated like a drawing. Like you know how some anime characters they have like the sharp lines like in cartoons and stuff? Like that's his hind legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I think he's only gonna get wider and just like put on more muscle. So I think, yeah, he'll probably get maximum of like 45, which is what I'm pretty sure I said at the very beginning.
The I'm still like I still don't think the vet really knows that he's because they always refer to him as a pit bull. He's not a pit bull. He's
Oh
a
yeah,
staffy,
yeah, they just
and
generalize it.
the weight differences are huge. So like when we were just there, she was like, "Oh, he'll probably be around like 45 pounds the next time you got to come in." That's in 3 months. This
Well,
kid is not going to be 45 pounds in 3 months.
maybe we're about to see some exponential growth here in 3 months. Because I mean, now we're heading into that like obviously the latter half of the year. I think, hey, you never know. If we keep
He's
feeding him the way we
going to be
do,
a boulder. I think we need to cut back on some food.
well, if anything, he's not though. Like he's perfectly like in shape.
I mean, yeah, no, he's not like fat or anything. It's just God, he is heavy and such a rock. It hurts.
Yeah. It was actually really funny that when I got home yesterday, um, they're in the backyard, and I just walked straight to the backyard. I'm standing on one side, they're on the other. He sees me. He's kind of like curious, like, yo, who is that? But I think once he like kind of got my, I don't know,
Your
he like
picture.
analyzed
Yeah.
me. Once he analyzed my figure and maybe sniffed me out, he was like, oh, that's dad. So he runs over. But like, you would think that he's like, oh, I'm getting close. Let me slow down so I can say hi. No, no, no. He just kept going full speed into my legs and almost like folded me in half forwards. He fully
That was
just
so
ran into my
funny.
shins, and I'm like, what the? And then today, I think he learned his lessons because maybe
Yeah, he slowed down.
yeah, no, today he actually slowed down and like sat and like put his belly up on the grass. So I think he learned his lesson because yesterday, like he rammed his forehead into my shins pretty good. He just straight. I don't know what his idea was there.
He's he has nothing going on in that head.
He's an idiot.
There's just one audio that I need to make a video of him, but it's like it's kind of like making fun of them. It's something about like smooth brain, no ridges, no lumps, and no something and something. And it's just like a dog just staring at the camera, just being like in space because you can tell that there's just like nothing going on behind those eyes. I need to find the audio. It's funny, but yeah,
Yeah,
he's growing.
yeah. What a guy. What a guy. But anyways, Halloween stuff. You wanted to talk about Halloween stuff. Let's get
Halloween,
to your Halloween.
even though it's over, but Halloween. It's actually Christmas time when this episode comes out. When this episode comes out, our house will be our house will be decorated in Christmas decorations by the time this podcast goes up. But Halloween, because today is Halloween for us. Um yeah, I don't know. I didn't really have a plan here other than just like
Good Lord.
well, I had mentioned before, like just, looking back on the years, like looking back to your
Looking
favorite
back on the years, I would say in the most
looking
recent years, Halloween is dead.
well, yeah, well, that's why I meant like let's take it back. Like back when, trick or treating was actually a thing, like your favorite times here. And when I was thinking about it, I cannot remember the last time I went trick or treating.
Um,
Well, like I do, but that was like when I was in a past relationship, but I don't really count that as like fun trick or treating.
what do you mean? What do you mean fun trick or
I
treating?
mean, cause like we had went trick or treating, but like didn't last very long, and it was more of like because the parents made us. Yeah, like
The
I
parents
don't
made you what? Like go home or made
no
you
the
trick or treat?
to go. We went trick or treating, but like because it was just like an innocent family thing. I was with his family, and we went trick or treating. It was more of like okay, we're all going trick or treating. The whole family is going, so now you're coming too.
That's the best kind of trick or treat. I used to love that. That's probably what I would say is my favorite trick or treating is when that neighborhood I first lived in when we moved to Weston. That's when the whole like cul-de-sac, everybody knew each other, and we would go out as a cul-de-sac, parents, kids, and just walk the neighborhood, and everybody do trick or treating
Well,
together.
that's what I was saying. I don't
That
remember
was
the
lit.
last time. I think the last time I did that was in like elementary school because I got into the party side of Halloween. So like
Oh, I hated that.
I I stopped going trick or treating after like elementary school, and I was just with friends
Yeah, I
partying.
wasn't much of the party type. I every year I'm genuinely like I still want to do it now. I would so pick up this pillowcase and walk around the neighborhood if our neighborhood wasn't full of
This
elderly
it's so
people.
sad because it does not feel like Halloween today because we're just
It hasn't
we're in a neighborhood of old people. They're probably retired. That's just our neighborhood, and it's
yeah.
also just like not
Also,
well.
yeah, I don't think it's really a thing out here in Italy.
From what I've noticed, holidays out here are more of like a community thing. So there's a lot of community things going on like within the centers for today.
Mm.
It's not so much a like door to door situation. It's more of like let's go out to town and like they go to the little shops or like people have little stands up. That seems to be more the vibe here because any like celebration or whatever, they always have like parades and little like town center situation theme
Yeah.
of ours. So that seems to be more what it's like out here. But again, our area, like for a good radius, I'd say, I have not seen kids in this like area at all. So we're definitely just not in the zone for that kind
Yeah,
of type of
no.
stuff.
Yeah, even if we're just in the wrong neighborhood, we're in the wrong part of the city we live because it our whole like from each entrance of our neighborhood is literally just elderly people everywhere.
Yeah,
And well, middle aged and up. So, and none of them have kids, at least that we've noticed. So, yeah,
definitely
quite
not.
unfortunate there. But no, it even before living here in Italy. Like in Alaska last year. Actually, no.
No, Alaska's
That was the first year it felt like Halloween in a while.
Alaska's a good turnout because Alaska is a lot of families, and especially where we were at, like in our little cul-de-sac, we were surrounded by
Yeah.
families.
I mean, we lived on base, and our cul-de-sac on J Bear was, yeah, like she said, a bunch of kids. So
Or
we
just
we
the
got a,
neighborhood as a whole.
or yeah, our neighborhood, yeah, but yeah, our whole cul-de-sac directly, pretty much every house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, last year was a pretty good turnout for Halloween. We sat out, we handed out candies. It was fun. But
Mm-hmm.
before that, the previous 2 years in Alaska, I didn't.
No, we went
Halloween
out.
was not a thing for me. I don't
We
even
went
know.
out.
Huh?
We went out the previous year to last year.
Yeah, but we didn't go like trick or treating,
No, that's what I'm saying.
and
We
that was
we
a party.
partied is what I mean by
Yeah,
went
but
out.
whack. That was. I don't even. Oh, that was a whack party. Yeah, no, not a good end of the night on your end.
Yeah.
Actually, on both ends.
Yeah, that was
It was just a sour night. That was so the past.
We've actually I think we've talked about that night in one of our
Oh yeah,
upcoming of our relationship podcasts.
yeah, yeah. That Halloween was, I think, one of, if not the biggest argument we've ever had.
Mm-hmm.
But then the year before that, when I was alone, I'm pretty sure I was sitting in my dorm room. I'm sure that it was one of those things that, we watched movies on the laptops on FaceTime and whatnot.
Yeah, we just had a little night in,
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I don't know. I think the
Or no,
best.
it's
Actually,
been a while that we were just sitting at home because we went to horror nights. Oh no, that wasn't Halloween.
that wasn't Halloween though.
That was just October. Just kidding. Um, yeah, I think we were just
Well, so my
sitting
Snapchat
around.
memories go from 1 year ago
That was
to
last year.
Shepherd.
Oh, well, you've also just like you don't do anything.
Well, no, I've always done stuff with the boys. We went trick or treating. Like me and my boys back in high school, we were really about the trick or treating life.
Mm-hmm.
It's just it started dying out towards the end of high school. So we'd be like one of the only kids genuinely trick or treating. Because in Savannah, in Weston, everybody always goes to that one neighborhood. I forgot. I literally lived in the neighborhood. Whatever. Everybody always came to this one neighborhood I always lived in. And that's where, all the kids, all the cool kids would go to. And somehow at the end of the night, there's always some fights going on in this field. And, there's the kids walking around doing the little weeds and the whatnots. Like, trick or treating got so dead. And also, people stopped putting up decorations.
Yeah.
So, yeah, no, Halloween hasn't felt like Halloween for real in a long time. Last year in Alaska, when we sat out and gave out candies, that was the first one in a long time I've really felt it.
Yeah, thankfully, being in the military community, they very much keep it still Halloweeny.
Yeah, for the kids, man.
Yeah,
for the kids.
So thankfully, we're still like involved in that type. I mean, not this year, or probably not ever in Italy until we have kids. Then we can actually take them to all these events that people do and whatever. But yeah, out in Alaska, it was very much still like doing a lot for the kids, and I still am in the like J Bear Facebook pages. People are talking about like this house has a haunted house set up, like this house has stuff for adults and kids, and that's the kind of house that I want to be. Like I want to have the Jello shots ready for the parents, and I want to have candy for kids.
Oh yeah, I want to be that the people that sit out in the driveway and like watch stuff, just like people watch.
Yeah,
Sit
I've
there,
also
drink my wine, have a little candies here and there.
I've also gone past some houses where they'll like buy a little projector, and they just have like a movie playing in the driveway, like some Halloween movie, and everybody's just chilling. And then I just like I can't wait till we have kids because then we can finally get in that community of people on Facebook of like, hey, we're throwing this for kids, like come bring them by.
Yeah.
And that's kind of just like the environment I want to be in, because I always see people posting like, hey, we're having a party at our house, Or like in our driveway, we'll have like stuff set up, food, drinks, bring your kids if you want. Like that's what I want to be involved in.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I would say the last good Halloween, like good, probably somewhere in there in like middle school for me. Because I mean, I've trick or treated every year, but it's like suddenly when I got to high school, it's just started sucking immediately. Eighth grade was questionable, but like seventh grade and below, good years. Everybody was decorating. The vibes were still good. You know, people were mostly kind of sort of maybe like 55% innocent, not a lot of idiots, not a lot of idiot at least that I knew about. Um yeah, no.
Yeah,
I used to love Halloween. And oh,
me too.
I man, you kids out there that go up there and take the whole bucket and plate of candy, you guys are evil, man. Actually,
Why you can't do that?
yeah. I don't know. That's
You
the
gotta
ones
sit
that
out
piss me
there.
off because I'm out here trying to collect good candy, and I'm not trying to do it selfishly. I'm going door to door. I'm getting a handful, maybe like 3 to 4 pieces. I was doing trick or treating the right way, but you kids, man, take the whole
Stealing the
bucket.
whole bowl.
Well, specifically when they put up the take one only sign.
I feel like it's also just like common sense here. When you see a full bucket, you take like 2 or 3 baby pieces, or depending like
No,
how big the candy is,
you kids are selfish.
taking
Boo.
a handful. I've always seen where like people put out the bowl, but then they have like their ring camera there, and then they start seeing kids like take handfuls and they scream through them, or they scream at
Oh, that's
the
funny.
kids through the ring camera, and then they like get all scared and like run away.
Hmm.
I want to be the house that gives out the full size candy bars.
Oh yeah, be the king size house.
Yeah,
Oh,
I want all the
everybody go to this
things.
house. They got the good stuff.
I want all the things.
Yeah.
That's what makes me like miss living in America. It's just like those community things, just like good old white neighborhood type vibes.
I feel like you should rephrase that.
No, I mean this is like, yeah,
Why
it's
specifically white?
stereotypical, but like
I think other neighborhoods of other varieties are good too. I've been to those. They're good, right?
you've been throughout Weston. What is Weston filled with?
No, I
A bunch
lived
of
in
white
other
people,
places other than Weston,
rich
okay?
white people.
I lived in other places not named Weston.
Mm-hmm.
And other communities are good. All right?
Yeah, whatever.
Goodness.
No,
Don't be racist or anything.
I like the white people communities.
Now, you can say that. Even then, it's questionable.
You guys know what I mean. Like, there's just like that
I think we should use the word sophisticated.
that typical just like nice neighborhood of a bunch of rich people who, are just living their lives, and just like have a community within, the neighborhood watchers. I want that kind of community.
Ugh,
Not
you're
the
really starting to sound like a Karen right
not
now.
the neighbor. Why? I'm not saying like, ugh, start looking for all the bad kids. Oh my god, he took something from
You
my
said
porch.
neighborhood watch. Like,
Because that's like that nice put together community. I don't want to live in a neighborhood where like
right, so
things are going
think,
down.
I think we should say sophisticated community.
That's essentially
Not necessarily white, because more people than white people
well,
live in
because
sophisticated communities.
I'm just thinking of like the typical house that you would
I think we should go away from that.
Well,
or you get canceled. All right,
cancel me if you want. Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I lived in the neighborhood, so I can say what I want. Yeah, I want that.
Well, yeah, I would like to live in a nicer neighborhood as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then hopefully we get big one day. We have all this money, and then we live in like mansion neighborhoods, and then everybody just has full size candy bars. It's just a great time. Everybody's going all out. I want to make like a candy shoot or like some games you got to do. Yeah.
Throw some like money in there.
Yeah. I almost said put them in Easter eggs, but that would just be for Easter, not Halloween.
Well, you can always like, no, that sounds sketchy.
They put them in a candy bar.
Yeah, I was gonna say like open the package, slip in like a $10 bill or a 20, and then like try to tape it back up. But then that just sounds like, because then
Um,
like if the kid sees that, they're gonna be like, oh, this is definitely like
well,
a
yeah,
drug filled chocolate.
especially, parents are going to do their inspections of the night. Everybody dump out their candy. Then you got to search through everything, make sure everything's okay. And then the classic parent thing. It's like, oh, I got to taste it to make sure it's okay.
Yeah, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that. I probably just like just give them the money. Here, buy yourself something
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Hopefully, Halloween comes back again to being normal, even though it doesn't really look like it's going that way. So we'll see when the time comes for
I
our
guess.
kids. I think it definitely helps that um, we're in this military life because they seem to still keep everything going for the kids and
Yeah.
make sure everybody's involved.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Anyways, um, yeah, like I said, I can't really remember the last time I went trick or treating, like for real. Like I've like maybe walked around neighborhoods, but like I wouldn't go trick or treating. Like I said, I just fell into that party side of Halloween.
Boo.
I think I would go every now and then, or like
Boo
every other
you.
year with my parents, because I have younger siblings and they would go. But trying to remember like an actual time where like I dressed up and had my own bucket, I can't remember. It was definitely
Nah.
in
No
elementary
buckets.
school.
Pillow sleeves only. You had to get as much candy as possible.
Oh, well, no, I wouldn't have a bucket. I was the type to get like some nice bag. Like I would go buy a nice little something. Definitely not a pillowcase.
Definitely a pillowcase.
That's such a boy.
Pillowcase is
Yeah,
the only way.
that's a boy thing to do.
It's easy, it's efficient, and it carries a big load.
Hmm.
Yeah, so then by the end of the night, you're looking like Santa Claus.
No, I
And
would.
then when you're doing the end of night trades, I mean, it's a good thing you got a lot of it because you got this big pillowcase.
Uh-huh.
Man, that was probably the best part right there. Let's all be honest here.
The
The
trading.
best part of Halloween is the end of the night when you sit down with the boys or girls and set up the trades, make some deals. That was the good stuff right there. I missed that.
I am really craving like every kind of candy right now. I really want some Skittles and Reese's. Those would be my trades right there. I always wanted the Reese's. I took everybody's Reese's all the time, or
Yeah,
Twix,
I like uh the Reese's for sure was a big one. Um,
especially the full size
uh,
ones. They got the two big cups.
I like Tootsie Rolls, but I never liked. I only took Tootsie Rolls to like I
I
grabbed them out of
feel,
the bucket or pan, but then I ate it immediately. Tootsie
yeah.
Rolls I'd never hung on to.
I was gonna say, I feel like that's something that you eat like while you're walking.
Yeah, no, no, no. By the time we get back to the house or like for the next week, you will not see me with a Tootsie Roll. I only eat them that night.
I like the flavored Tootsie Rolls.
Yes, those are the ones I do
Those are
keep.
the best ones.
Yeah, grab a lot of those. Grab a lot of Reese's. What's like actual candy though that I would take? I gotta look up candies now.
There's Snickers, Milky Ways, Smarties. Ugh, I hated the. I mean, thanks for giving out candy, but like the people who would give out those gumdrop type candies and like what is it, that yellow carton, and it was like gumdrop type shaped.
No, no, I think I like those ones.
No, I don't like those gummies. Ugh, I love a Haribo,
Yeah.
Haribo, Haribo, whatever. Oh, I want those.
Oh, I was always
Ooh,
going for the little Swedish fish packs.
Laffy Taffies,
Oh yes, Laffy Taffies. Those ones are good. And then you crack the dad jokes with it. The
Airheads,
Skittles, the Sour Patch.
a
I fell
cherry
out of love
Airhead.
with the Airheads over time.
I
I stopped grabbing
love
those.
Airheads.
Let's see this.
I love any candy. I will eat anything there is. I even like hot tamales. I miss those. I see them at the commissary every now and then. A Whoppers.
Whoppers. That's the one right there. Oh. We were
Maltesers.
we were talking about this at work. The top 3 chocolates. And I
Reese's is
think
number one.
I said that at first, but then the kid at work, he brought up a really good point. The cookies and cream Hershey's.
Oh yeah.
That for me, when he brought that up, I was like instantly that's
But
number one. And he
it's
would have said number one too except for he said that he had them way too many times that he got sick of it, which I get that.
Understandable. But it's also tough because there are so many categories within chocolate. It's like, do you want a crunchy chocolate? Do you want a peanut butter chocolate? Do you want like a pretzel chocolate? Or there's a cookies and cream type chocolate. Like there are so many different categories under chocolate that
Yeah,
it's really hard to say who is who, because if I want a crunchy chocolate, or just like something that isn't straight chocolate, I do like a Whopper. But
yeah, Whoppers are
Reese's,
good, man.
Reese's and peanut butter and chocolate, like, can't beat that. And then sometimes I'm craving a Snickers for some peanuts.
Yeah,
There's just so many different tiers to chocolate, so it's really hard to say who's in first or
I
second
would
or
say for
whatever.
me, it's them cookies and cream Hershey's, uh, Reese's, and then probably Snickers. That's my top three right there.
I like Twix more than Snickers, because a Twix is like a mixture of everything. Twix has a caramel, it has a crunch, and it has chocolate.
Isn't that? Or I guess the
No,
Snickers is a
Snickers
bit mushier.
has, yeah, it also has nuts
So
sometimes. If I want, I'll go for a Snickers if I'm craving the nuts.
these nuts. Ah,
I like a Twix
got
though.
him.
Oh, I think we should just skip out on the gym and then go buy some candy for ourselves.
No,
Yeah. Or here we go. We go buy some candy for ourselves and we eat the candy while we're working out.
that's just counterintuitive.
It
Did I even just use that word right?
cancels out.
Counterintuitive. Contrary to intuition or common sense expectation.
What the hell does that mean?
Mm,
I don't think so.
I feel like I was kind of right. I
Yeah,
was in
it's
like the
there,
right
but it
direction
isn't.
because I'm not talking about intuition here, but like it still kind of works a
It
little bit.
cancels out though because you're gonna eat calories and then you burn the calories. So then it's like you never ate it, but satisfying
Or
my
it's like you
craving.
never worked out.
That's fine. If I get to inhale some candy, I'll take it.
No,
You're no fun. It's Halloween and we have no candy.
you have candy.
I think we should
I got
go.
you them candy corns. You better eat them.
Those soggy ass candy corns.
They're not soggy. They're just a
They're
little.
it's humid in our house. It's, well, that's just Italy. Like, we've learned that you got to open up windows for a few hours a day because houses get humid here and whatever whatever. So, the humidity, he poured in to a little bucket 2 bags of candy corn, but they're open. So, they're not enclosed or anything. So the humidity has been getting to them. And now they're just stuck together and they're all sticky and yucky.
Yeah, we'll eat it.
Yeah, but it's Halloween. Now I want every candy.
Too
So
bad.
now we should just like go buy one of the mixed bags of candy so then we can at least have like one of each. Because I want the Skittles. I want like something chewy sweet. I want some chocolate. Maybe some peanut butter in there too. I'm craving a lot of things now that we're talking about candy.
Yeah. Next time.
You're no fun.
You're no fun.
Let's just play trick or treating within ourselves.
Now, how do you expect to do that?
You knock on the door and I give you candy, and then I knock on the door, you give me candy. And Sky, he gets some candy too. You know, I actually saw a video yesterday where like a dog learned how to give out candy, and it was the cutest thing. I want to do it. He would take the candy, or like mom would give him a little candy, put it in his mouth, and he'd go and like throw it out to the people.
That's cute.
And it was so cute. I mean, he would miss like 90% of the time
He
because
also wouldn't grab the candy. He would try to eat it before giving it to the other person. That's how stupid Sky is. And he'd eat it with a wrapper too. Idiot.
yeah, he would. This
Goodness.
poor dude.
He'd get himself killed trying to eat a freaking Kit Kat.
Oh, I love him. He's such a fat chungus. Any whoosies. Um, any Halloween classic movies that you would?
Halloween.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't really. I don't know how to. I'm not like a big horror movie fan, but I do like, the classics. Except for I don't like most of them. Like the old, like the
I like classics, but I also don't like
well,
classics.
because I do like older movies, because that's the classics, the originals. You gotta pay respect to them.
Yeah, but you also don't like Halloween classics.
Yeah, I don't like most of them. Like the Scream series, I don't like the series as a whole.
It was good when the first one came out, and it's like cool, and then that was it.
Yeah, but even then, I don't even think the first time I watched Scream, I don't think I finished the movie because I was just like, this is just, I wasn't feeling it. Um, the original Friday the 13th, like, yeah, it was probably cool at the time, but I don't know, because movies like that, it's the special effects that really, I don't know, that one didn't hit for me. The original Nightmare on Elm Street. Now, for honest guy, like I like the idea of Freddy Krueger, and the more modern one that they made, that one was definitely, I like that one a bit better. But those original ones, that acting was so cringe. Have you seen
I
those?
mean, that was just the acting back then. I don't know.
No, because there's,
That's just or that's how like scary movies were just made. It was
yeah,
made to like
no, but that one was like cringe
be
to the max.
predictable.
That one was cringe to the max. It was so bad.
I mean, Scream's
Um,
the same way. It's like you have the same white blonde girl that's running down, and then she falls.
that's all the
With
movies.
That's what I'm saying. Like that was just how scary movies were made back then. They were just
Yeah.
so predictable and so
But
cliche.
the ones I do like is the Halloween series. I've always liked the Michael Myers one because that one is just like you
Yeah,
don't need special effects. It's just straight gore and like just
he's just creepy.
he's just so creepy. Like ever since we watched it, when your mom was here, and then we got the little Michael Myers plushie doll. Like just like Michael Myers has aura, bro.
He's just creepy.
He has the most aura of all the classic killers.
Yeah, he just stands there. He doesn't do anything, and
He
he's scary.
stands there, and he like that's how good he is. Sometimes I'll be walking around the house these days, and I feel his aura, like he's around, he's here. Sometimes,
Yeah, he's in our kitchen.
oh dude, I don't know, like Michael Myers, like he's just got it like
It's
that.
also the fact that he doesn't run,
Oh
and he
yeah,
still
no,
manages to like.
slash TP like in Minecraft.
Yeah, no, he's such a. I don't know. It's interesting.
Yeah, and like those older ones, like even the very original movie, that movie is still good. The acting way better than the other movies, way better.
Hmm.
Also, you don't need special effects, like I said. The other ones were a bit questionable. He's just straight
He's just
aura,
straight to the point.
straight aura, and I love the gore.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's a bit like what the heck, but that's what's cool about it.
Yeah,
So
he
yeah,
does it so like nonchalant.
yeah, those are the only ones I like of the classics. I've always liked the It 1 and 2.
Hmm. Hmm.
It is very good. Now,
It is creepy.
there's not a lot of movies because the horror category in general, let's just be honest. I don't know about you guys, but I think that no horror movie ever really has like a good storyline. Because like we get the point, right? Jump scares, scary, creepy, whatnot. There's never a good storyline. It, I feel like, is one of the only horror movie that has a good storyline along with the horror movie stuff. So that's why I like it. Very good production, very good acting, good story. They got good content in there, and they kept it up with the second one as well.
Hmm. Hi, Georgie.
Yeah, like
Oh, that
obviously,
scene was so sad. I cried.
yeah. R.I.P. I'm not sitting here trying to say that Halloween has a good storyline. I literally just said like Michael Myers just has aura, and I like the gore. That's just cool.
Production overall for that movie was just done in a great way. So like,
Yeah,
it's a good franchise.
yeah. But it is just like it comes with all that stuff plus story. And I can't say that for a lot of modern, old or modern horror movies. Like I can't think of any other series really, other than it that I like the story. Actually, no, there was one recently where I said I liked the story.
A scary movie?
Yeah, it was one that we've watched together in more recent years that I'm like, this falls into that category where it's like it has good storytelling.
Hmm.
I
Not
don't know.
sure. It's been a while
Let me
since
see if I
we've
can look it up. You talk
seen.
about your favorites.
Um, I mean, I like classics, but like they're definitely I'm more on the side of like the paranormal movies compared to like classic horror gory things.
Yeah,
I'm
so
I'm very much more like Conjuring is my
yeah,
favorite
that's what I was about to
series.
say. Conjuring, I like. I don't. Mm, I'll say this honestly, Conjuring and the whole universe that they built, because there's a Conjuring universe.
Yeah, that's also what I like about it is that everything has been tied
Yeah,
somehow.
I like what they've done, but honestly, I'm not a fan of the series. Like, I don't really care for those movies, but I appreciate that they literally have built a whole universe. That's good stuff right there.
Yeah, it's
I'll
all
watch the
tied
movies, but I don't really like it.
between Annabelle, The Nun, Insidious, Conjuring. Like that's all just tied into one. I have still yet to do like the whole watching in order type thing because like even movies that have come out after certain stuff like they were actually made before. You know like how Star Wars is, you know how that's like it's backwards or whatever or like something was made before but it was meant to be after.
Yeah, it was four, five, six, one, two, three.
Yeah. That's the same. That's how like that whole universe is. So I've yet to actually watch everything in order, but yeah, I love that series. I will say that Insidious is still the what you call it. Those all of the Insidious movies have terrified me. I cannot sit through an Insidious movie straight without covering my eyes. There's just something about it that scares me. That's been the only movie to actually scare me.
Which one is Insidious?
The one with you just passed it. The little boy.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, he's the main cover, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
it's all the same demon or whatever from The Conjuring.
Yeah,
Valak.
so that's what I kind of don't like about the Conjuring universe. Like, I like what they've done, I get it, but I think all those movies in that universe kind of are rinsing and repeating the same recipe, which is why I don't really like it.
Well, it's because it's different stories, but with the same demon. It's Valak.
Yeah,
Valak is the same demon throughout every single
no,
story. So
I
it's just
know.
like different
Yeah, I
perspectives.
know it's all the different perspectives and all that, but it just, but I guess it speaks to how good they tie it all together. I don't know. To me, it just feels like a little bit too connected. Where I feel like I can't tell the difference between the perspectives. Like, I just between The Conjuring, Insidious, and whatever the third thing might be. Is it just those two?
Annabelle and the nun, La Llorona, is also connected.
Yeah. So no, there's too many things going on.
Like look up the whole the, like in order of that
What am I
series.
supposed to look up?
Just do like the Conjuring movie series in order. Maybe that'll come up with all of it. I know that there's some kind of like picture out there. Yeah, there it all connects everything.
Yeah, you got the Nun Two, Annabelle, Annabelle Comes Home, Annabelle
That's
Creation.
definitely not the order. Oh, sorry, I just touched the mic. Whatever you guys heard. There's a picture that like literally has everything. Yeah, I just saw La Llorona on there somewhere. Here we go. I think.
Oh, so it goes Nun. I didn't like that Nun stuff. Uh,
Did we watch the second one?
yeah, I'm pretty sure. Nun Two, Annabelle, Conjuring. Yeah, no, like I'm now that I'm looking at
That one
these.
also terrified me.
Yeah,
Also because I just grew up around that myth, so like that one really hit home.
yeah,
That's like a Mexican myth, La Llorona. So that one scared me for
yeah.
sure.
I've seen. I'm not gonna say most. I've seen at least half of these. I don't know. I just it just feels a bit like rinse and repeat for me, and I'm kind of bored of that series.
I think if I think if it was one movie of each, then it would have been fine. But there's like four Conjurings, there's three Annabelles, there's two nuns, there's like two, three Insidiouses. Actually, I think there's like three or four Insidiouses. Insidiouses? You get what I'm saying?
City Eye.
Yes. I think if it was like two max, maybe not even for all the movies. If it was maybe just at least like one one of each and then it all linked, I think that would have been not as like repetitive.
Yeah, I
Because
don't
we're
know.
coming up on Conjuring 4 next year, which I'm really excited for. But that'll be the end until actually I don't even know if they're going to continue the franchise. But
Yeah.
yeah, that'll be the end of that, which I think one of them has to die. I think that just has to happen considering all the things that have happened in previous movies.
Yeah, I don't honestly don't know. I'm so out of touch with the whole universe just because, again, I'm just not a big fan of it.
It's also the other thing too that like kind of makes it drag on is the fact that like all of these movies are based off of a true story, but because there are like 3, 4 movies of each, now it's just like they're adding on to the true story. So now it's just becoming like a just a scary movie and not so much the like truth. Like the first Conjuring was um like a direct movie after what happened in real life. And then I think same thing goes with Annabelle and possibly the second Conjuring, but like after that everything just kind of
Oh, I
became
think it was this one, the Black Phone.
oh
I think
yeah.
that was one of the ones where I came out and I was like, that was actually a pretty good story to it.
We did watch that. We watched that in the movies, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, we watched that
that was a
in
good one.
theaters. Yeah, I did like the story to that one. Um, I've seen so I have a complaint to gripe against all these movies that are just straight gross. Like Halloween, like yeah, it's gross at some points, but it's just like it's gross gore, but like it's kind of cool seeing like people's brains smushed everywhere. I don't know. That's but there's other ones that are just straight disgusting.
Terrifier.
Yes, Terrifier.
I still want to see that third one because I hear some interesting things about it. There's also another one that I heard, but that's more. It's not like Terrifier, but it possibly worse than Terrifier that I've
Yeah,
heard good things about.
like that one is like I don't even know. I don't understand Terrifier. I don't get it because it's like supposed to maybe be funny, but it's just not.
Yeah, that's his thing. He just like finds joy in like comedy and killing people in such odd
I
ways.
don't.
That's
I
just his
don't like
character.
Terrifier. Terrifier is just straight gross and just bad. It's just bad content. It's like all around. But I'm talking about the movies like Hereditary,
Oh
Sinister,
god.
Sinister 2, the Nun movies. Uh I just saw this other one. But movies like that play around a little bit too much with the devil, like I don't think you guys understand, man. Like that's it's gross. It's horrible. Especially Hereditary. I have a specific complaint to gripe against that one.
Yeah, that
That
one scene
one
was absolutely disgusting.
that one hurt my feelings. I remember the first time I came out of watching that movie, I felt violated. And honestly, I don't know when I felt more violated because the first time I watched Sinister and the first time I watched Hereditary was two moments in my life where I felt like spiritually violated. And I honestly can't tell which one I felt worse in.
I don't think I watched Sinister.
Well, we're not gonna watch it because I literally I can't with those movies, and it's not because I'm scared. Because to be honest, that's what I find kind of enjoyable about all scary movies is that it's all a game, right? Like these are just actors, and that's one thing that when mommy put it to me like that as a kid, because she's the same way I am. Like during horror movies, sometimes she laughs and she's like, "This is stupid," because you really think about what these people are doing like behind the camera.
Well, duh, it's a movie.
Yeah, no, but like when you break it, that's how I have to think of it. Because otherwise, if I really try to divulge into like what's happening, that's what happened with Hereditary and Sinister. Those were the two movies where like it really, really brought me into what was happening, and I came out feeling violated. Those were the two movies where I literally could not handle it because those ones played way too much with the dark stuff, and and they were gross, just straight gross.
Yeah,
Because
they had their
Hereditary had like
moments.
bugs and stuff, and it was just ugh. And like, oh god, this this scene forever is just like imprinted in my brain, and I hate it. The one where like the grandma where she gets all like disgusting and starts like smashing her forehead on the ceiling. That to me was one of the worst moments of my life. I hated that I
Yeah.
had to see that.
Some of them are. It is a tough thing
It's
to
just
watch.
gross. It's gross and horrifying. And Sinister was just it's just gross. Cause why am I watching somebody's belly getting eaten out by a rat? Like they trap the rat up here and they do the heat thing because apparently that was
That's
like a
how
torture
they. Yeah.
method in like Russia or something at some
Mhm.
point. And then obviously the rat eats its way through the belly and comes out the side. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. You do not understand the the suicide I wanted to commit when I saw that in the movie. Oh no. Those were movies I literally I can't. I'm never watching those again. No, no.
Yeah. That was. I watched Hereditary. We watched it together that one time over
Yeah, and I'm
FaceTime.
sorry I put you through it. At that point in
I
time,
could not
I was
sleep.
yeah, no, at that point in time, I was so mad that I had to see it for the first time that I needed to put it on somebody else.
Yeah,
Somebody else had to suffer with
I
me.
hadn't watched it at that point either. And then we're watching it. It's like 2, 3 in the morning for me, so I really just couldn't sleep that night. That
No.
was so tough.
Yeah, the
I
movie
slept with the lights on.
so horrible. It's the bugs that got me for that one. Cuz then that's just a little bit too realistic, right? It's just why did they have to do that?
Creepy out.
No, and then I don't even want to talk about the grandma thing again. It's just
Yeah,
horrible.
that's also just no.
Yeah, no. Those
When the
kinds of movies,
old people get involved, that's when it gets creepy.
yeah,
It's
no.
always with
Little
old
kids
people.
and old people. That needs to stop, okay?
Because
We
the
need
little kids are just like it's creepy and they're little kids and then they do
yeah,
their laughing and their voices. But then when it comes to the old people, it's like they seriously get so possessed and it's in such a creepy way that they
they overdo
create
it.
it. No. Then they make them like they're running around. They're like all creepy and old and
Yeah.
no. It's just
No.
weird.
Yeah, no. I can't with those ones. It just makes me feel spiritually violated, okay? I don't like it. I don't like it. Those movies need to stop. It's gross. We need to stick to more like not bugs everywhere. We need to stop with
I
the
think
rotting flesh.
that's really like the only franchise that did like bug things. I haven't really seen any other movie that does things like that.
Ooh, the other one that was also stupid in like the Terrifier category. You remember the one with the little like leprechaun thing? The one that they showed us back in
Oh,
Alaska?
yes, I know what you're talking about.
That one also
I
needs to
can't think of
stop.
the name, but I know what you're talking
That one needs to stop. He's a little gremlin running around, or a little
about.
leprechaun running around, like cussing out everybody while trying to murder them violently. That one, I don't understand the appeal to that. I
Was
don't
it
get it.
not called Leprechaun?
I think it might have been leprechaun, but that was one of those stupid ones as well. Let's see what else is here. Alien, that's considered. I
That's
guess
just
kind
like
of like jump
gory.
scary ish, maybe. A Quiet Place is good, except I don't really consider that
That's
like
not
horror.
horror.
It's more just
It's
like
suspense.
thriller.
Yeah.
Yeah, like yeah. Mm. Ooh, this one was a good one. This is one of those
I
good
never watched
storytelling
it.
ones. Us, that's one of those good ones
I
right
never
there.
got to watch that one.
Also, Get Out. That one, that's one of the good storytellings.
Hmm.
Um,
I don't think I watched that one either.
um, oh, that one that we watched, Megan, the one with the robot. I didn't like that one very
No,
much.
that one was
That was kind of a
just
flop.
yeah. They tried, but it did not go well.
Yeah,
I see what they were trying to do, but
yeah, wasn't really messing with that idea. Uh, let's see what else is on
it's
here.
also just like too related to the Boy series. Like it was essentially
Oh
the same
yeah, the
thing, but a
boy.
robot.
That was like our second date. The boy too.
Yeah. Mhm. We did go watch that.
But on the topic of that, I'm not sure I like that one either. I'm not sure. Was that even like good storytelling? I can't remember.
I think the first one was okay. The second one is when it was like,
Actually, yeah. I think that's what it was. The first one was good. That was good content right there.
Yeah.
That's good scary content.
Hans. His name was Hans.
Yeah. And then the second one, when we went to go watch it for our second date, I'm not sure that I was too big of a fan of that one. Because then it's just like, where do you go? That's what happens with a lot of scary movies, right? And that's why I think I don't like the Conjuring universe. Is that like after you make that first movie, a lot of times there's just not a lot to build on.
Well,
Like
that's what I'm
they just
saying.
kind of
Like,
pull stories out of their butt.
it's the whole Conjuring thing is that they've been after this demon for God knows how many years now, and they're still going after it. That's what I'm saying. Like, somebody has to die in this next series, and then it'll be over.
Yeah.
Because it's still just like a new family comes in town, they live in this haunted house, Violet comes around, and then the same investigators come out. I forget their name. So it's all just the same story.
Yeah. Uh, just a lot of these movies are just like randoms.
You know what
Random.
I heard? I didn't. You just passed it.
I
What is it? Violent Night. It looks cringy and like you would think it's not good, but I actually heard good things about it.
feel like I might have heard that as well.
Like the whole cover of it just seems like some cringy, like Halloween Christmas movie. But anytime that I hear somebody talk about Violent Night, everybody says like it's actually a good, like that was the last good scary movie that they watched.
Hmm.
Anyways,
Yeah. Anyways, uh, point is, stop making gross, disgusting bug movies, and also stop playing with the devil, man. It's not cool. We need to start making more lighthearted, good, positive, uh, like, godly type movies. Stop playing with the devil. It's not cool. Oh yes.
that's what horror is. Anyways, before we end our night here on
Yes, yes.
this
She said she
podcast,
had some stuff for
I
me.
have some little cliche, funny Halloween trivia questions here. I just pulled up a site, but I have to like balance between these questions because some of them are like, this is also like trivia questions for kids. So, like, one of the questions here, what are the bones in our body called?
Bones.
Or, the way that they worded that is actually stupid. The answer was skeleton, but that was the way that they worded that, it just wasn't correct. So, I have to bounce between these because some of them are
Yeah, I
stupid
probably
like
look
that.
pretty stupid right there.
Anyways, well, no, the way that they worded it, I feel like that should have been a different
What are the bones
question.
in our body called? I mean, but the thing is like when you think about it in terms of Halloween, skeleton. But I
Yeah,
feel
I
they could
guess.
have definitely been worded better.
Yeah,
Like, what's the frame of our body?
maybe. Anyways, let's see here. Okay, no peeking.
I'll try.
Let's see. Is a pumpkin a fruit or a vegetable?
Mm.
That actually is a good question.
Um, I'm gonna say fruit.
That is correct.
Yeah, because seeds.
Which is, oh, yeah, that's true. I
But
definitely would have thought vegetable because I'm thinking like a squash, and a squash is a vegetable.
no, but it has seeds.
Yeah,
But
that does.
that's like that was a little pause that I took because that's the argument a lot of people make. Well, some vegetables have seeds, but it's like no, for the most part, those just that's
Yeah,
a
because
root
like
plant.
an avocado.
That's a fruit. Goodness
I
me.
thought that was a vegetable.
Oh no. Oh no.
I thought that was a vegetable. An
Oh my
avocado is a
goodness.
is a fruit.
Have you? We literally do. We buy groceries every Sunday. You know
Yeah,
where
I'm
I
aware.
find the price tag for it under exotic fruit.
Oh,
You goofy goober.
oh.
Oh.
Well, never mind. I take back what I
Oh,
said. Moving on. What flying animal is associated with a vampire?
a bat.
That is correct.
Jeez.
Oh, I didn't say this thing about the pumpkin. According to this website, a pumpkin is technically a fruit of the berry family. What berry? I don't know. That's all it says. But that's interesting. What berry is that coming from?
I don't know.
Um, let's see. What else do we have here? See, this is another stupid question. Which holiday comes after Halloween?
Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Not according to you, though.
Nope, it's
You,
Christmas around
she's
here.
one of those people that skips right over Thanksgiving.
Yeah, last year when we were in Alaska,
We
Halloween
literally didn't do
Halloween
Thanksgiving.
night.
Actually, we did.
No, we did went to a friend's house.
Yeah.
But to be fair, we were also like in the middle of packing up our house during that time. And our house has just never, at least in Alaska, our house was never like a hosting because we didn't have a table. We just had a couch
Yeah.
and no room for anybody. So that was just, yeah. Um, but yes, Halloween night, everything gets put away and my Christmas decorations come out. But I'm doing all that tomorrow because I have videos to make and I don't want to rush all that tonight. Anyways, what is the name of the Romanian region where Dracula's castle is located?
Transylvania.
Yeah. You just watched that movie?
Yes.
um, what? What do you call the Halloween character that is big, tall, scary, and usually green?
Like Frankenstein?
Yes. That is correct. Do, 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 do.
That is correct. Barney Stinson, come on down.
Oh. Um, let's see. What do we got here? What? That's an interesting one. In which country can you find sugar skulls during the Halloween season?
Sugar skulls?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like Mexican.
So,
Viva Mexico!
yeah.
Ay, 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 ay.
Mm-hmm.
Arriba!
Yeah, you racist.
It's not racist if it's true.
Whatever. What? Well, that's interesting. I didn't know that. I'm gonna ask this question just because I've never heard this one before. According to the Halloween myth, what happens if a bat flies around you or your home thrice on Halloween?
The rice?
I don't know what that word is, but that's in the question.
Um,
I've never heard that.
I'm gonna go with there's a dead body. Ghost or something like that.
In that category.
Somebody's died here.
The answer here is someone in the house will die. That's interesting. I've never heard that myth before. And then the little summary here. Bats are commonly said to indicate that the house they frequent is haunted, and an old German myth relates that if a bat flies into your house, the devil is after you. Okay. That's a new myth.
Well, I'm protected.
Um next. Why should what? Huh. Why should a person wear a costume on Halloween?
Um, well, if you go trick or treating and you pull up to a house not in costume, they're probably not going to give you candy. Because what even are you?
That was such an innocent answer.
No, that was excuse my language, but that was me being a smartass. Because what kind of question is that?
There's actually some kind of tradition behind this.
Yeah, trick or treating. What are we talking about? What other tradition is there?
I don't know where people are getting these facts from, but the answer was to deceive evil spirits. A tradition that began hundreds of years ago, people wore masks when they left their homes. They wore masks and scary costumes, hoping that the real ghost would think that the people were also ghosts. Legend has it that this practice began the custom of wearing Halloween costumes on our favorite night of the year.
That's weird.
That's interesting. Why have I never heard of any of this stuff? Who got this information?
That sounds like a stupid.
Now I'm
That's
curious.
a stupid retaliation.
Now I'm curious to see to look up where the tradition of wearing costumes came from. Because according to this, that's what that is.
What? That's a stupid tradition. Because what human actually thinks they can outsmart the devil at his own game?
Well, I mean, well, that's why I'm curious. That's why I just said I'm curious to look up the actual like tradition behind it because obviously it's a very like innocent thing now. How did it become a thing where people are just like dressing up for fun? That's my question.
Well, because I don't know. Because you see somebody doing something and you're like, oh, that's funny. Or, oh, that's cool. And you just start doing it.
I want to look into that more. Um, let's see. Let's see. What else do we got here? You can take a guess at this one. When was candy corn invented?
I don't.
Just take a good guess.
1776.
Oh,
The same day, whatever day that was, that the uh, Declaration of Independence was made. They were eating
what?
candy corn while they signed it.
That wasn't correct, but you were close. Kind of. In the late 1880s. No, you weren't close. Just kidding.
That was about 100 years off.
Yeah, I thought that said 1800s. So that's why I was like, you're kind of close. No, this is the 1880s.
1880s.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I don't know. I just feel like I remember in history class they were saying that
They
they
were
were like
eating candy
popping.
corn.
Yeah, like while they were writing it and signing it, they were like, "Oh, let's eat some candy corn."
Are you being sarcastic?
I don't know.
Um, I'm. I wonder if half of these are true because this is some interesting stuff. In which state is it illegal to dress up as a priest for Halloween? Take a guess.
Hmm.
A priest or a nun?
Priest or none? Sounds like.
Who would you think?
Hmm. I'm gonna go with. Can I have a couple guesses here?
I can give you a hint.
You know what? No, I'm gonna just shoot my shot. Utah.
No. I'll give you two more guesses.
Texas.
No. Do you want a hint?
I'm out of luck.
It's a state that some of your friends are from. Your military friends.
Alabama.
Mm-hmm. It is in fact Alabama.
You know what? Actually, that makes sense. It makes sense.
Yep.
Although I feel like Utah was a good
No,
one
yeah, Utah because that's
because Mormons run that whole state.
yeah. Yeah, apparently in Alabama it's illegal to dress up as a priest, nun, or other religious clergy member for Halloween.
Yeah, they don't play about God over there, man.
Interesting, interesting. Um, let's see here. What's our time at right now? Let's do a two more. These are all like meh. Let's see. Let's see. Which how do you pronounce that? Which horror movie features a serial killer wearing a William Shatner mask? Is that how you say that?
Schottner?
Shatner? Is it William Shatner?
I don't know.
It's either Shatner or Shatner.
Serial
Shatner.
killer?
Mm-hmm. Don't think too hard.
Wait, could this be Halloween?
It is, in fact.
Aha!
Who's William Shatner?
I don't know, but that's the only serial killer I know that wears like a mask.
Oh, that's true. Everybody else's face is just messed up. Right? Everybody's face is just messed up in every other serial killer.
Yeah, I mean Freddy Krueger's messed up. Jason Voorhees is messed up, but he wears a ski mask. Scream is
Well, that's
just a
also a
ghost
mask.
face.
Yeah.
Who's the other one? Chucky is a doll. Oh, also I forgot to mention that Chucky's a
Oh,
stupid
God.
series.
No, that is such a.
It's corny, just cornball stuff.
All right. To finish off our question series here, I have a pretty easy question for you. What is the main character's name in the Tim Burton film The Nightmare Before Christmas? Better get this right.
What film?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
What did you say before that?
Tim Burton.
Oh, like director.
Yes.
Oh, Jack Skellington.
Thank you. What a guy.
And Sally.
Yeah, main character is Jack, but yes. Then comes Sally. Mm-hmm.
And then the little pupper dog.
Zero. Mm-hmm. There you go. Look at
and
you learning.
Woogie Woogie.
Yep, there he goes.
And that's all I know.
Those are all the main people. Anyways, that is it for our Halloween trivia, and that concludes our Halloween episode for this week.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Happy holidays, guys.
Happy holidays.
Yep.
Get
Happy
ready.
November 1st.
Merry Christmas.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yeah, whatever.
I hope
No,
you guys get to meet
Thanksgiving.
up with your families this year and have good food.
Yes, Thanksgiving is only recognized on 28th. Everything is Christmas up until 28th, and then 28th after that is Christmas.
Sure.
Yes.
Either
So,
way.
Merry Christmas. We'll see you on the 28th, and then we will say Happy Thanksgiving. Or no, we'll see you before, but I'm just saying Happy Thanksgiving on the 28th.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Hope you guys get to start rounding up your families this time of year. We probably won't, but it's okay.
We have our little family here with Sky.
Yes.
At least we have somebody else with us. And it's not just us two.
Yeah, that is true.
We have our little stink pupper.
We'll see, because it seems like the people at work, we all kind of like, we like each other enough that it's been brought up. Like, everybody, the vibes are up right now at work. People are really meshing, and people were starting to talk about potentially doing. There was talk of a Secret Santa.
Oh,
yeah, I think we're up to that point. We might be that cool. Yeah, I don't know if that's carried farther much past the idea. I haven't been part of many conversations. Too busy working,
Yeah, hard man.
Putting those taxpayer dollars to use.
Yeah, as you should.
Yeah, I don't get promoted next year. Oh my goodness! And it's not because I'm not saying that because I'm trying to be proud of my work. Okay, I can give a crap about my work. The result that I put out is what it's going to be. I'm talking about they are making me do stuff that is above my pay grade.
Mm-hmm.
The work I put out is what it is, which, by the way, I can confidently say is good. But they're making me do stuff that's out of my pay grade. If they don't give me a promotion based off what they've given me, that seems a little weird. Because then why make me do all this stuff? That's a different topic for another time. I digress.
Yes. Anyways, thanks for tuning in this week. Stay tuned for Tuesday's vlog. That will be up on Tuesday. I lost my train of thought there.
Good job.
Or my flow. Subscribe if you haven't. Turn on post notifications. Like the video. I said that out of order. Rate us 5 stars on Spotify. Give us a follow on there as well. And we'll see you guys on Tuesday in the vloggy vlog.
Yes, we'll see you then.
And then you guys can see my... Oh, what's the word?
Winter Wonderland.
There it is. Winter Wonderland. Mm-hmm. So excited. That's what... I even canceled some plans for tomorrow so I can put up my stuff.
What plans did you cancel?
With my friends. Gosh.
You have friends?
My one friend.
I don't even have friends. What are we doing? What?
Anyways, whatever. We'll see you guys on Tuesday. Yeah. Have a great weekend.
Have a nice life.
See ya.